In recent years, several problems have emerged that have made some believe that paying student athletes is a major priority. Some of these reasons involve new concerns over concussions. Several universities are finding ways of cheating to gain advantages on the field, and athletes are cheating themselves. One such example came in 2011 involving the Ohio State Buckeyes.
On Tuesday, the NCAA hit Ohio State with a one-year bowl ban plus other penalties in the wake of a scandal that involved 8 players taking a total of $14,000 in cash and tattoos in exchange for jerseys, rings, and other Buckeyes memorabilia. Then Coach Jim Tressel knew of the violations but failed to speak up.
This is just one of the many scandals that universities and some of their student athletes have been involved in. Well-known magazines such as Time and Sports Illustrated recently featured stories on this topic showing that the issue of paying college athletes is now a part of our popular culture. However, now is not the time to be paying student athletes. This issue is not new by any stretch of the imagination. The Sports Journal reports that the desire for financial compensation for student athletes has been around since the late 1800s when Yale and Harvard first competed against one another in football. It has only been recently that this discussion has gotten such a push from the press. A couple issues with the argument of those urging for compensation of student athletes needs to be addressed as well. The first issue involves gender equality. Those who would want to see college athletes be paid could, with their argument, create a conflict with Title IX. If it is decided to pay athletes only that play in sports that bring universities revenue, which include the sport of football, men's basketball, and just a handful of women's basketball programs, then a large gender disparity would be formed. Title IX would then make men and women have to be paid the same. This could lead to universities dropping non-revenue producing athletic programs, which could lead to a violation of Title IX. The Title IX law requires that the same amount of sports programs at colleges be available for both women and men. A second issue involves fairness. Does every student athlete get paid the same? A volleyball player or lacrosse player should be paid the same as a football player because they all represent the same institution. By only paying football or basketball players, aka the revenue-generating sports, universities would tell its athletes that football and basketball are more important than other sports. It could also show that the schools are more concerned about making money from athletics than from the education of its pupils. This is not enough, however, when trying to dismiss those that want college athletes to be paid. More evidence is necessary to help us all understand why compensation is irrational and not the best possible decision to be made at this time. The USA Today reported that only 23 out of 228 athletic departments at NCAA Division I public institutions actually earned enough money to cover all the university's athletic expenses in 2012. The other 205 educational institutions had to rely on subsidies from student fees, school, or state support to break even. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines subsidy as money that is paid, usually by a government, to keep the price of a product or service low or to help a business or organization to continue to function. Many college sports could actually not exist were it not for these numerous subsidies that schools now rely on more than ever. The notion that every school in Division I is monetarily self-sufficient is an illusion. If student athletes were paid, then schools would have to again seriously consider cutting non-revenue generating sports. Where would the money come from? And would the school or state be willing to give university athletic programs even more subsidies? Would the general public want their tax dollars spent this way as well? Also, the increase in tuition could be caused by universities trying to maintain their athletic programs on top of all of that. In conclusion, student athletes receive countless benefits themselves from having the opportunity to attend universities. The three main benefits include the education received, the overall healthy lifestyle gained from competing in college athletics, including access to weight rooms, and life skills gained from offered public speaking classes and learning to work with others on a team. These benefits, if taken full advantage of, can lead to careers for those that do not become professional athletes. Forbes contributor Jeffrey Dorfman estimates that a student athlete at a major university on a full-ride scholarship, and adding all of these benefits together, the room, board, coaching, and training together, are already earning, without getting paid, between $50,000 and $125,000 per year, depending on their sport and whether they attend a public or private university. Student athletes are paid with these and other benefits that sometimes go unnoticed by the opposition and are often not considered in this debate. Close to 90% of Division I colleges don't make enough money with the current system and have to rely on subsidies for its athletic programs to fully function. These colleges literally cannot afford this burden at this time. We need to leave everything the way it is and remember a student athlete is a student first and an athlete second. Universities were originally built with education being their only priority. Sports came along in the late 1800s, but universities' main purpose never changed. It should stay that way. Student athletes and those who want them to receive compensation should remember that student athletes are in college to learn and not to earn. Let's end this debate now, once and for all.